So what happens during the wind farm development period? You and I have an insatiable appetite for electricity. Come with me and we'll look at the issues relative to wind farms and the communities that they serve. This is the Windfarm Guy. Hi, this is Dennis Stout and thank you for joining me for this episode of the Windfarm Guy. This episode will be another installment in a series on wind farm basics. Today, we're looking at what happens during the wind farm development period. There are many things that wind farm developers do during the early stages of wind farm development. Assuming the feasibility of the wind farm has already been determined, there are still some very important things that happen. First, land has to be secured for the project. Remember that every project is different, but generally speaking, land for the project is leased from the individual landowners. The property can still be used by the landowner for whatever they were using it for in the first place. It can still be farmed or grazed. Oil production and even exploration can still happen. You can still hunt and fish. You can even grill out and have yourself a picnic. You want to build a house or barn? You can do it. Most anything you were doing on your property before, you can continue to do. Just look at the lease agreement and see what restrictions there might be, if any. It's still your property. Second, relationships are being built. Wind farm companies visit with local leadership to inform them about the prospective project. Share with them the impacts, be them positive or negative, and answer their questions. That leadership could be county leaders, but it could also be leaders in local municipalities, school districts, hospital districts, fire districts, and more. There could be state senators or representatives in the area that would want to know about the project. Other organizations, such as the Chamber of Commerce, Economic Development, Farm Bureau, colleges, and labor unions all want to know about the project. Certainly, the company would also want to have support from each of these. This development time is when all these parties get to know the company, form a working relationship, and hopefully find room to support each other in their efforts. Third, there are a plethora of studies that need to take place. Some of the typical studies are wind. You have to make sure there's good enough wind energy to support a wind farm. Wildlife. Is there any wildlife in the area that might be negatively impacted? Avian. Although the moving rotor is very high, what birds might be affected, even at that elevation? Environmental impact. How and how much will the wind farm affect the local environment, if at all? Aviation. Are there any airports nearby or military training routes that could be affected? Radar. How will the wind farm impact aircraft radar? We got to keep those airplanes and their passengers safe. Sound. Turbines make sound, though not much. But what is the impact to the local community? Threatened and endangered species. Companies have to look out for certain animals and plants that might be impacted. Flicker. Turbines cast shadows. It's called flicker. What and when will those shadows encounter neighbors? Microwave paths. There's a communication highway in the sky that most people don't even know about, but wind farms must avoid them. Radio. Many things use radio waves, and any impact on radios, including TV, must be considered. Honestly, wind farm companies are looking for reasons not to build the project. They want to discover those things during the development period. They sure don't want to learn of something serious after construction begins. That would be a costly mistake. Fourth, the proper permitting must be obtained. A wind farm is a special use of the property, and county permission is required. To use roads or even cross them requires special permission. To connect to the electrical grid requires special permissions too. Each of these are critical, and the wind farm must get the appropriate permits for them. If you like what I've said today, be sure and click like and subscribe below. If you have thoughts or want me to address a particular topic relative to wind farms, please also leave me a comment. As I've said before, If you are being courted by a wind farm development company, do yourself a favor and listen to what they have to say. You will be pleasantly surprised. Oh sure, there are the area naysayers, but I have found that they typically have their own personal interest in mind rather than yours, and you control your property. You know those royalty payments sure come in handy, especially during the lean years. This is Dennis Stout, and I'm the Windfarm Guy. Thank you for watching. Working together, we can make good energy decisions and save our planet. I am the Windfarm Guy.